But anyway, that's been my day. I took me a little motorcycle trip and got a haircut today. Took a little trip around Brazoria County yesterday. And yeah, man, blessed to be alive. Blessed that my pops, man, I had a scare with pops. Fuck, man, 1 o'clock in the morning the other night, I hear somebody knock on my door. Ta ta ta. I open the door. It's a paramedic. Before I open the door, I'm asleep. 1 o'clock in the morning, and I look outside. I see ambulance lights. The paramedic's like, "Yeah, your pops fell, and he got sick, and he passed out, and he fell down, and we're taking him to the hospital, and we just wanted to let you know." And I was like, "What the fuck, man?" So I guess that was Monday night. I was up all night with that. Finally, he's all right. He's okay. Just he it was something that he ate. He got sick, and he got real lightheaded, and he fell down, and he hit his head. They did an MRI on his noggin and everything, and I'm so blessed to have certain friends that really helped me out. Thanks a lot for helping me out with that diet and everything like that. You know who you are. That's a blessing, because I did Okay, so I go and pick Pop up from the hospital. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning. That's what I was saying, man. It's so dangerous between like that late at night, driving on the road. And you think about these things when, say, I was like, did a little bit of bouncing at a club once, and once I get off work, it's 3 a.m. and that's a terrible time to be on the road, or working nights. I've worked nights before. Work the evening shift, it's 4 in the morning until, 1 or 2 in the morning, and you get off in the middle of the night. But yeah, I get up there at 4 o'clock in the morning, and, Popsy, they're like, "Well, wait, when you get here, we'll take his IV out. He's feeling better, blah, 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 keep an eye on his blood pressure." And when I get up there, and first they want to give me a speech, like he's my son, you know what I mean? I'm like, he's a grown-ass man. You need to tell him these things. Write it down, whatever. Nonetheless, I'm used to this, and I do not mind taking care of my father. You know what I'm saying? Don't mind a bit. I'll listen to any advice that they have to say. However, they unplugged his IV and everything, and then Pop went to kind of sit up on the edge of the bed. Mind you, it's cold outside. And Pop didn't have on, he had on a tank top and shorts when they took him. No shoes, no socks, nothing. Well, at the emergency room, this is what they did. Whenever I went in there to get him, they made me sign this thing. They took all of his blankets and everything, so he's sitting there fucking shivering. And so immediately he's a lot colder. And so I had on a long sleeve shirt, and I put it on him. And I was like, okay. Pop was just sitting there. I could tell he still didn't feel well. I said, "Pop, do you feel like you need to stay here for a little while longer? Do you feel like leaving? I mean," and he was like, "Yeah, I feel pretty dizzy. I don't feel like I can walk." Well, then the nurse came back in there, and she's like, "What are you doing? Do you need a wheelchair or what? You're supposed to be gone." I said, "What do you mean we're supposed to be gone?" I said, "Pop said he doesn't feel like he might not be quite ready to leave. He's still a little sick, and he said he doesn't think he could walk." "Oh, well, do you want to talk to the doctor?" I was like, "Well, I'll do whatever the fuck I need to do, Anyway, then she came back in a minute, like 4 or 5 minutes later, and said, "Hey, there's really nothing we can do, but we really need y'all to go. Like, I'll go get a wheelchair." So she went and got a wheelchair, and I brought Pop pants, long pants, and socks, and shoes, and everything, but they didn't even fucking fuck with any of that. They put Pop in the wheelchair. I was like, "Well, the car's parked way over yonder. Let me go get it, and I'll pull it around front." Well, she puts him in the wheelchair, and he has a towel in his lap. And whenever I get the car over there, she brings Pop out to the car. He's throwing up. He's throwing up into this towel. And she's like, "He's still spitting up a little bit like he's a little fucking baby." Like, the man, he's a grown-ass man. He's dizzy, can't walk. He's throwing up still. And they're giving me a prescription at 4 a.m. for his upset stomach for nausea, and none of the pharmacies open until 9. So what the fuck am I supposed to do except worry until 9 o'clock that morning, go to the pharmacy, and guess what? Go to the fucking, to get Pop home. He's safe, he's sound. I didn't know what to give him to fucking drink or to get rehydrated because he was so dehydrated. So what do? My dumbass gives him blue Powerade. And that's why I say thank you to friends that went to nursing school, because she was like, oh no, you need to give him clear liquids. He can have a little bit of chicken broth, a little bit of ginger ale is not bad for your stomach. You know, she gave me this list. I mean, like a fucking, like a doctor would, and the fucking nurse at the hospital was more worried about me monitoring my pop's blood pressure. I'm like, he's got a fucking machine where he could take his blood pressure every day. Now, they gave him something for his blood pressure, and they were more worried about that than they were worried about him being sick. The reason that he was dizzy and that he fell down was because of being nauseous. So that was my concern. But they're like, no, fuck you gotta get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. So we got out of there, get Pop home. So then I just go up to the fucking Walmart and wait at the pharmacy from like 7:30 in the morning till 9 when they open. 9 o'clock they open. I don't have my Pop's insurance card with me. So they're like, oh, that's cool. Just give me $100 for this fucking prescription. I'm like, what the fuck, man? What's that sign that says, oh, all generics, $4? What the fuck's up with that? Give me the $4 shit. They're like, oh no, there's no generic, this and that. The best we can do is give you this many, and it was still like fucking almost $100. So I'm like, fuck it. It would be worth, I'm not bitching about the money, guys. It's because I'm poor. I'm not poor. I'm super poor. I'm in a lower class of, like, there are levels of poor. Anyway, aside from all that, you know, I am definitely the rich little poor kid, though. I definitely make up for my riches. You know what I'm saying? In other areas. But I even told the pharmacist, I was like, how many of these is he gonna need? I know you're not supposed to take these for a fucking month. He doesn't need 50 of them. Can you give me 4 of them, and then I'll go figure out his insurance card or whatever, bring it back? They're like, nope, the prescription's for this many, it's this or nothing. So then I've got Pop at home. I know he's still sick. You know, I left him there on the couch with the trash can to throw up in. It's fucked up, man. Pop's is 74 years old, and he's gone out of his way to take care of me, so I'm going to do everything in my power, you know, to make sure that he has everything that he needs at a time like this. So, yeah, we're blessed that, he's been feeling better. And again, definitely to knowing what to give him, what his stomach could handle, and how to give him the medicine, too, that he had been prescribed. So we got through it, and Pops is feeling much better, and he was out walking the dog, and he actually drove today. I hadn't driven a car in 5 years, something like that. And Pops, man, bless his heart, he's got the Nissan Maxima, and I don't drive. Like I say, I haven't driven in 5 years, so I'll ride motorcycles, but I haven't driven a car. But I did have to drive his car to the market and get some groceries and go get his prescription and stuff like that, because it was inclement weather. I couldn't ride my bike. And definitely, man, that's when I said, okay, I guess the next thing on the list is I need to get me a truck, because I'm not going to be driving Pop's ride all around town. It's his thing, you know what I mean? It's his car, and it's got all his little stuffed animals and shit hanging from the rearview mirror. Oh, kiss the monkey. When we first went and picked Pop up the car, my brother and I drove up to Houston and bought this car for Pop and drove it back. We checked it out, make sure it was a good car. But the very first thing that Pops did was hung like a 1 foot tall, like purple monkey from the rearview mirror. And my brother and I were test driving it a few days later to check something out on it, the brakes or whatever, and my brother was driving, and every time he would turn to the right or turn to the left, the monkey would swing over and hit him in the face. I would tell him, kiss the monkey, kiss the monkey. And the monkey ended up being the monkey's last trip. Unbeknownst to Pop, we hid it somewhere else in the car, so it wasn't swinging around in your fucking, right in your vision, like cutting a different blind spot, you know, in every different place of the windshield, depending on where the big purple monkey was. But yeah, you gotta love him. You gotta love old Pops. And to remind you guys, if you get your parents around, now's the time to tell them that you love them. Tell them that you appreciate them bringing your monkey ass into this world. And if you don't have your parents around, they're looking down on you, and they're motherfucking proud of you. I know these things. So yeah, man, just paint a clear vision of your future. No one's going to do that shit for you. And, if you're not in the right business, you can get into the right business. If you're not doing what you love to do every day, if you're not just excited like yours truly to wake up every single day and to breathe the breath of this fucking incredible life, then here's a little bit of advice that I would give to you. So that you can also live the motherfucking dream. And if you are living the dream, and if you do wake up every day doing what you love to do, then I give you a motherfucking high five upside your head with my cock, my friend. That's right, man. I'm proud of you. And there's plenty to go around in the whole world, man. There's plenty of room around the trough. But I would encourage you to perform every single task, no matter how small, no matter how big, to the best of your ability. And all of these small tasks will add up to success. And you might say, when? When? There's only one time, and that's right motherfucking now at the time you have at your hands. Because the past is behind us. We can't live in the past, and the beauty of the past is that it's done, son. But guess what? Tomorrow's not promised. You can make out a list of everything that you wish to do and everything that you wish to accomplish. But you got to act now, because tomorrow may not happen. So the time to do what you got to do is right motherfucking now. And like I say, man, if you're not in if you're not in your niche, then pick out what it is that you think you might love to do and devote 5 minutes a day to it. Let that 5 minutes grow into 10 minutes, and let that 10 minutes grow into, guess what, doing what you love to do every motherfucking day. It's as simple as that. So rock and roll, guys. Like I say, man, I feel, I don't know, about 8 pounds lighter. Got the little head shaved, got the Abercrombie zombie haircut, rocking and rolling again. I don't know. I just feel less metal, that's all. I feel the same amount of metal inside, but I feel like people will perceive me as less metal outside. And I like it. Don't judge a book by its cover. And seeing, man, look, we've all watched Mythbusters, and you can tell me if they covered this or if a similar program. Or maybe you can Google it and let me know. But I was thinking, I was watching something, and they show the guy leans out of the car, and he's got it like a 9mm, and he shoots out the tire of the car in front of him. And I'm thinking, okay, I've had to put a patch or put a plug in a tire. I've had to take tires are pretty tough, okay? I wonder if, let's say, if a car's traveling in front of you, you're going 60 miles an hour, 55 miles an hour, the tire's spinning. Well, that tire is also composed of about 10 layers, at least 6 plies. And within those plies, there are still belts. So my question to you is, would that bullet actually even penetrate the tread of a tire traveling at 60 miles an hour? Or, for that matter, would it even penetrate a tire sitting still? I posed this question to my older brother, in which he replied to me, he said, I've never really thought about that before, but you know what? The next time I'm out at the range, which is just fucking like a couple thousand acres of land where, my brother and the other people that work for the oil field and stuff, where they go to shoot, the landowner, etc., where they go to shoot the gun range, where they have a gun range. So I'm going to take a couple of these tires, I'm going to set them up out there and see, if these bullets will penetrate. I'm like, dude, this is where we run into a problem. Because my whole argument is that these motherfucking bullets are going to bounce off, dude. Where do you think they're going to bounce to? If they're not going to penetrate, if my theory is correct and they do not penetrate a tire, and you're standing out there 20 yards from the tire and you shoot the tire and the bullet bounces off the tire, rubber glue, bounce off me, sticks to you. No, I would rather see it played out on an episode of Mythbusters or something to that effect. But I don't know. I don't think, especially Like an armored car or a big truck, anything like that, they've got so many plies. There's no fucking way. I don't even think a bullet would penetrate the sidewall of a tire unless you get into maybe like a high powered 270 or something like that. Maybe. I don't know. But I would like to see if in fact a bullet will